little baby brother on the floor, that's Mac. Big brother Ed's on the bayou fishing. Fran and Milan are the family twins. On the river floats Papa's great big boat. That's how my Papa goes into town. It takes every bit of a night and a day to even reach a place where the people stay. I can hardly wait until tomorrow comes around. That's the day my Papa takes the first to town. Papa promised me that I could go. He even let me see a cowboy show. I saw the cowboys and Indians for the first time then. I told my Papa gotta go again. Papa said, "Hun, we got the lines to run. We'll come back tomorrow 'cause there's work to be done. You got fishing lines on across the Louisiana River. Gotta catch a big fish for us to eat. He said, traps in the swamp, catching anything you can. Gotta make a living, he's a Louisiana man. I gotta make a living, he's a Louisiana man. Gotta make a living, he's a Louisiana man. Gotta make a living, he's a Louisiana man."
Miss Connie Smith. Louisiana Man, the name of that song. 28 minutes now past 1 o'clock. From All-American KXLR Sunday afternoon, Memory Weekend. To the news with the Compton brothers, and that ain't no stuff.
All day long my boss man yells at me while you lay at home in bed and watch TV. Jump out of that bed, you lazy woman, and don't you have me no guff. I'm gonna get rough, and that ain't no stuff. Loafing days for lazy bones is gone. Now you gonna walk the straight line from now on. Get my supper on the table, woman, and you better huff and puff. I'm gonna get rough, and that ain't no stuff. You better pay some mind to what's been said. When I come home, you better not be in bed. I'm gonna whoop that bang upon your head. If you don't get your legs a leaping, washing that clothes and a cooking and a sweeping, I just called the repossession man, and he's gonna take that TV off your hands. You better hustle and get it in gear, 'cause I've done had me enough. I'm gonna get rough, and that ain't no stuff. You better pay some mind to what's been said. When I come home, you better not be in bed. I'm gonna whoop that bang upon your head. If you don't get your legs to leaping, washing that clothes and a cooking and a sweeping, I just called the repossession man, and he's gonna take that TV off your hands. You better hustle and get it in gear, 'cause I've done had me enough. I'm gonna get rough, and that ain't no stuff. I'm gonna get rough.
You gonna what? Why you hollering at
He's
that
gonna get rough.
Jordan, I didn't see you come in. You talking about me?
He's gonna get rough. That ain't no stuff.
I'm gonna call my
He's gonna get rough. That ain't no stuff.
How many of the Compton brothers with us on a Sunday afternoon and their song, That Ain't No Stuff? Hear the roar of the crowd on your Travelers baseball station, KXLR North Little Rock.
Here's the latest worldwide news from the American Entertainment Network. This is John Cameron in New York reporting. A delay in the Middle East peace talks. The full report on all the fast-breaking news right after this.
What is the answer you seek each day to find? Is it the answer you need for peace of mind? Could there be sorrow on a sunny summer day? Could the ocean be trying to tell you with its gentle whispering spray, there is an answer, and it's not too late. There is an answer. Aluminum chlorhydrate.
Aluminum chlorhydrate is the answer. It's an Arid Extra Dry, and it's the one spray ingredient that helps stop perspiration wetness best. Use Arid Extra Dry every day to be sure it has what you need to help stop perspiration wetness best. Arid Extra Dry.
Israel's ambassador to COA was to have returned to New York tomorrow for the Middle East peace talks, but that's been postponed, reportedly because of a bad split in the Israeli cabinet. We asked correspondent Andrew Meisels in Tel Aviv if Israel is deliberately dragging its feet.
I don't think this is foot dragging. I certainly don't think that it's purposeful. I think there's a very serious disagreement within the Israel government. On one side, you have the majority of the government members who want the yarding talks to continue, and on the other side, you've got Defense Minister Moshe Dayan, who says that the talks should be stopped unless and until something is done about the alleged movement of the Russian missiles in Egypt.
Meisel says Tekoa will stay in Israel at least until after an urgent cabinet meeting on Tuesday. In Amman, King Hussein of Jordan has again told the Palestinian commandos that he's in sympathy with them, that he wants no trouble with the guerrillas, but that he won't let the commandos torpedo Jordan's role in the Middle East peace talks. Our Los Angeles bureau says the damage from last night's trouble in East Los Angeles will probably come to more than $1 million. More than 170 businesses were damaged, more than 50 people hurt, more than 150 arrested in 4 hours of trouble that followed an anti-war rally. Vice President Agnew is now in Hawaii, where he'll spend 2 days putting together a report on his Asian trip for President Nixon. On the flight to Honolulu, Agnew told newsmen that South Vietnamese and Cambodian troops are working well together in Cambodia. Agnew said that more than half the North Vietnamese and Viet Cong in Cambodia have been wiped out. In Vietnam, the sharpest enemy attacks in the last 4 months have killed 55 South Vietnamese and 8 Americans. More than 50 enemy rocket and mortar attacks in the last 24 hours may be aimed at disrupting today's elections for 30 seats in the South Vietnamese Senate. Most of the enemy attacks were against South Vietnamese civilian targets. With more on those South Vietnamese elections, here is correspondent George Watson in Saigon.
South Vietnamese voters went to the polls today in an election marked by some violence and a lot of apathy. Terrorists bombed several polling places before they opened early this morning, and police here in Saigon broke up a demonstration of students by firing tear gas and roughing up Vietnamese newsmen. But the voting generally went on without much trouble. At stake are 30 seats in the National Senate. 160 candidates are running on slates of 10 candidates each. Communists and neutralists were not allowed to run, but there are slates opposing the policies of President Chiu's government. This is George Watson, ABC News, Saigon.
In Tokyo, a news agency says Japan plans to strengthen relations with North Vietnam. They even give economic aid to Hanoi as part of a plan to bring peace to Indochina. Japan now gives economic aid to South Vietnam. The People's Army Jamboree plans an anti-war march in Portland, Oregon this afternoon. That pop music festival on the Isle of Wight off the coast of England is being held over for 12 hours, so all the entertainers will get a chance to do their thing. Estimates say there are 250,000 young people on the Isle of Wight, and there's been no serious trouble. And that's the top of the news.
KXLR headlines by Dateline. North Little Rock police are still searching today for a man wanted in connection with the fatal stabbing of 17-year-old Henry McCulloch of North Little Rock. Officials said McCulloch was stabbed as he and another man argued at a North Little Rock residence early yesterday about playing loud music. Former Governor Arvel Faubus says his stand on busing was the reason he was not endorsed by the state AFL-CIO's Committee on Political Education, COPE. Yesterday, COPE gave their support to Faubus' apparent opponent, Dale Bumpers of Charleston. Faubus said last night that 2 COPE members had told him the national and international union leaders had instructed COPE to endorse Bumpers because Faubus' stand on busing was, quote, too strong. Faubus said, quote, I explained that my stand on busing had nothing to do with race, that busing was a burden on both black and white students and parents and an unnecessary expense to the taxpayers. In Faubus' words, I was told the national and international leaders did not see it that way. Little Rock, the chairman of the State Democratic Executive Committee, Charles Matthews, says he expects all of the county's votes in last Tuesday's primary to be certified by tomorrow's deadline. Matthews says he has received the votes from 55 counties and expects the remaining 20 to be mailed into the state office today and tomorrow. Dr. Bob Riley and James Harrell, who oppose each other for the Democratic nomination for Lieutenant Governor, declined today to endorse either former Governor Arvel Faubus or Dale Bumpers for governor. Bumpers and Faubus will face each other for the Democratic gubernatorial nomination September the 8th. Both Riley and Harrell appeared on a television program, Face the State, today. School Superintendent Leroy Gatton of the Pulaski County School District says that if a threatened boycott of College Station schools is continued, federal funds might be withheld from the district. Supporters of the Freedom Schools for grades 7 through 12 will meet tonight to discuss the organization of the schools. Patrons of the district are protesting the redistricting of the predominantly Negro area to achieve racial balance. Look for partly cloudy skies, warm and humid this afternoon, becoming mostly cloudy tonight and tomorrow. Scattered showers and thunder showers today, tonight and tomorrow, and a little bit cooler tomorrow. High today 93, low tonight 73, tomorrow's high 90. At news time, it's partly cloudy, 87 degrees. Larry Dean, KXLR News.
Harper Valley Junior High. Well, her daughter came home one afternoon and didn't even stop to play. And she said, Mama got a note here from the Harper Valley PTA. Well, the note said, Mrs. Johnson, you're wearing your dress is way too high. It's reported you've been drinking and running round with men and going wild. And we don't believe you ought to be bringing up your little girl this way. And it was signed by the Secretary, Harper Valley PTA. Well, it happened that the PTA was gonna meet that very afternoon. Sure surprised when Mrs. Johnson wore her mini skirt into the room. And as she walked up to the blackboard, I can still recall the words she had to say. She said, I'd like to address this meeting of the Harper Valley PTA. Well, there's Bobby Taylor sitting there, and 7 times he's asked me for a date. A lot of ice whenever he's away. And Mr. Baker, can you tell us why your secretary had to leave this town? And shouldn't Widow Jones be told to keep her window shades all pulled completely down? Well, Mr. Harper couldn't be here 'cause he stayed too long at Kelly's bar again. You'll smell Shirley Thompson's breath, you'll find she's had a little nip of gin. And then you have the nerve to tell me you think that as a mother I'm not fit. Well, this is just a little Peyton place and you're all Harper Valley hypocrites. No, I wouldn't put you on because it really did. It happened just this way. The day my mama stocked it to the Harper Valley PTA. The day my mama stocked it to the Harper Valley PTA.
All-American KXLR hit sound from the year 1968 and the big one by GDC Riley. It's called Harper Valley PTA. Of course, 20 minutes now before 2 o'clock from All-American KXLR. 87 degrees and partly cloudy. To the right, Wynn Stewart.
It's a beautiful day, even though it's raining. It's a beautiful day, though the sun's not shining. It's a wonderful world. Who could be complaining? Last night you came home, now I'm not alone. It's a beautiful day. I opened the door, and there was heaven running to me. Here's all I can say anyway. It's a beautiful day. Last night you came home, now I'm not alone. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, even though it's raining. It's a beautiful day, though the sun's not shining. It's a wonderful world. Well, who could be complaining? Last night you came home, now I'm not alone. It's a beautiful day. I opened the door, and there was heaven running to me. Here's all I can say anyway. It's a beautiful day. Let it keep on raining. Last night you came home, now I'm not alone. It's a beautiful day. Last night you came home, now I'm not alone. It's a beautiful day.
Win Stewart and the Tourists, song called It's a Beautiful Day. 17 minutes now before 2 o'clock. You can put yourself in the driver's seat of a giant over-the-road rig and start earning big paychecks, $185 to $250 a week. You can do it with just a few short weeks of training at National Professional Truck Driver Training, a rider school, Atlanta, Georgia. If you are 21 or over, National's expert instructors will train you to handle the giant rigs as easily as you drive the family car. You will receive instruction on the big diesel rigs in the field. National will train you to join the ranks of professional truck drivers who maintain the nation's lifeline. If you are a veteran, the government will pay a major portion of your tuition. After you complete your training, National provides nationwide job placement assistance. In your new career, you'll enjoy big paychecks, job security, and an exciting life. Sound interesting? Of course it does. For local interview, call 376-1493. That's 376-1493, or stop by room 599, Tower Building. That phone number again, 376-1493 in Little Rock.
O.C. Smith says it's the real thing in the back of your mind. What you're hoping to find is the real thing. It's the real thing.
Coke is.
That's the way it should be.
Coca-Cola.
What the world wants to see.
Oh, yeah.
It's the real thing.
Coca-Cola.
People want to find life's good things.
Coke has real life.
See what real life can bring.
It's Coke for the taste of your life.
That's the way it is.
With a bottle of Coke.
And the way it'll stay.
Coca-Cola.
What the world wants today.
Oh, yeah.
Is the real thing.
Coca-Cola is Coke. KXLR 1150. Part of the good side.
87 degrees and partly cloudy in the Twin Cities. It's 1:45 on a Sunday.
Here's Sports World. This is Ted Lawrence for Bill Brophy on the American Entertainment Radio Network. In the headlines, Smith and Lutz take first two sets in Davis Cup. 200-mile Can-Am race now underway. I'll have the details after this message. Girl Scouting is a way to grow, exploring new worlds, seeking values to live by, developing qualities of responsible adult citizenship. Girl Scouts bring a precious gift to our nation, receptive minds and receptive hearts of girls who care. They teach Braille to blind children. They create pocket parks in disadvantaged urban areas. Girl Scouts start day camps for migrant children. They participate in Head Start programs. Girl Scouts really care about other people by extending the hand of friendship to other girls and adults wherever they may live. Make their challenge for action a chain reaction in your community. Support your local Girl Scout Council and join the forward-looking generation of girls working for a better America.
35 cars are battling it out for the purse of $80,000 in the Can-Am Challenge Cup Race Series at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Dennis Holm won the pole position with a qualifying time of 110 miles per hour. We talked to Peter Revson in Alola, who will be alongside of Holm in the first row. We asked him if his car was ready for the race.
The way the car was running this morning, I'm a little worried about the heat and the temperature that the engine's running. We seem to be running up pretty high, and I'm a little concerned about that. Other than that, the car seemed to be running all right, but I don't know. I may have to cool it.
We also asked him if traveling to all his commitments gets him down.
It doesn't seem to be, because flying is done sitting down, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to do this too many weekends. You know, I'll be glad when this weekend is over. It's an awful big undertaking, and I only did it because I wanted to race in Ontario. I had the commitment here originally, and to do Ontario, I had to go back and forth. So next year, I hope to avoid this.
A quick look at last night's exhibition football. Some surprising wins. Miami, a surprise winner over Baltimore Colts, 20-13. New Orleans over Boston, 26-20. Cincinnati beat Cleveland, 31-24. Houston, 37. Dallas, 21. Atlanta, 22 over last year's champions Kansas City, who got 17. Rams, 16. San Diego, 14. St. Louis over Chicago, 24-3. And the 49ers trounced Denver, 23-7. This afternoon, Green Bay is at Oakland, and the Jets are at Minnesota tonight. Well, the U.S. did clinch the Davis Cup Challenge round this afternoon when Stan Smith and Bob Lutz in the doubles defeated West Germany's Willem Bunkert and Christian Kunke. Also, in South Orange, New Jersey, in the Marlboro Open Tennis Tournament, Patty Hogan lost today to Kerry Melville. The score, 7-6, 6-4. The Dow Jones Golf Open's going into the final round today with Bobby Nichols and LeBron Harris in the third round leaders. There'll be late reports on that throughout the day. There are 14 games scheduled in the major leagues for today. That's Sports World. This is Ted Lawrence for the American Entertainment Radio Network. Larry Dean back with you on a memory weekend Sunday afternoon.
They say don't go on Wolverton Mountain if you're looking for a wife, 'cause Clifton Clowers has a pretty young daughter. He's mighty handy with a gun and a knife. Her tender lips are sweeter than honey, and Wolverton Mountain protects her there. The bears and the birds tell Clifton Clowers if a stranger should enter there. All of my dreams are on Wolverton Mountain. I want his daughter for my wife. I'll take my chances and climb that mountain. Though Clifton Clowers, he might take my life. Her tender lips are sweeter than honey, and Wolverton Mountain protects her there. The bears and the birds tell Clifton Clowers if a stranger should wander there. I'm going up on Wolverton Mountain. It's too lonesome down here below. It's just not right to hide his daughter from the one who loves her so. Her tender lips are sweeter than honey, and Wolverton Mountain protects her there. The bears and the birds tell Clifton Clowers if a stranger should wander there. But I'd care about Clifton Clowers. I'm gonna climb up on his mountain. I'm gonna take the girl I love. I don't care about Clifton Clowers. I'm gonna climb up on that mountain.
From back in the early 60s, that's Claude King and Wolverton Mountain on a memory weekend from KXLR Radio. Larry Dean with you. It's 8 minutes, 30 seconds now before 2 o'clock.
It's time for Pet Panic, Little Rock Radio's most listened to public service.
Have to give away 4 toy collies, 2 males, 2 females. See them at 1200 Graham, North Little Rock. That's at 1200 Graham, North Little Rock.
If you've lost a pet, don't be frantic. Call the KXLR Pet Panic, Windsor 54501.
KXLR 1150, part of the good side.
Here's the latest by Porter Wagner, a song called Jim Johnson.
The past 10 years just flashed before my eyes. I remember the day my daddy died. He left Mom 4 boys and 3-year-old Jenny Lou. She got sick and we almost lost her too. Times were rough even when Dad was here. But things got worse year after year. 6 years ago, Mom married again. And that's when our troubles really begin. Jim Johnson was the name of our steppa. He was the meanest man I'd ever saw. He mistreated Mom and all of us kids. And I swore someday he'd pay each time he did. Never had enough clothes for school, but we'd go. We'd go home early because of snow, and almost freeze to death before we got there. Jim bought booze instead of shoes for us to wear. One summer we found 6 kittens with our old cat. Jim made us put them all in a gunny sack and throw them in the river with rocks inside. Jim just stood there and laughed while we all cried. Jim started watching Jenny Lou when she just turned 13. Then late one night, I heard Jeannie scream. I run and got the shotgun and grabbed the shell, and I pulled the trigger and Jim Johnson fell. I knew that someday it'd come to this. I knew that he'd try to put his hands on Sis. When people hear my story, they'll understand. They'll know what I killed was not a man. They'll know Jim Johnson was not a man.
There you have it, the latest from the world of Porter Wagner. Song called Jim Johnson. It's 5.5 minutes now before 2 o'clock with partly cloudy skies in Little Rock. Temperature right now is 87 degrees.
Hi, folks. I'm Wanda Jackson, and I'd like to tell you about the greatest record offer that's ever been made. It's called the Country Cavalcade. And just listen to this. First, you get 2 giant albums containing over 25 of the greatest country stars singing some of their latest hits, like the Hagers,
But I gotta get to Oklahoma.
Buck Owens, Big in Vegas,
In Vegas.
Okie from Muskogee by Merle Haggard,
I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee.
and here's one of mine.
I'm in the middle of a heartache.
Also, you get Wynn Stewart, Charlie Louvin, Bobby Gentry, and many more big hits and big stars, all for only $5.95. And if you act right now, we'll send you as a double bonus a 2-record set of Songs of Faith. There's Tennessee Ernie Ford singing Sweet Hour of Prayer.
Sweet hour of prayer, sweet.
I Saw God by Ferlin Husky.
I saw God by the seashore, saw his presence.
Time doesn't permit me to name all 40 songs, but they're the most moving collection you'll ever hear. And now, during this special offer, you can have these 4 albums containing over 65 great favorites for the low, low price of just $5.95. And remember, you can't buy these albums in any stores. And, of course, there's a complete money-back guarantee from the Longines Symphonette Society. This is a great country offer, so please, order now.
Send $5.95 to Double Bonus, station KXLR, Post Office Box 3014, Little Rock, Arkansas, zip code 72203. Money back if not delighted. Remember, you get all 68 country and gospel greats for only $5.95. That's Double Bonus, station KXLR, Post Office Box 3014, Little Rock, Arkansas, 72203. That address again, Double Bonus, station KXLR, Post Office Box 3014, Little Rock, Arkansas, zip code 72203.
KXLR 1150, part of the good side.
Elvis Presley in a going song called The Next Step is Love.
And the next step is love. The next step is love. We've walked barefoot through the misty meadows, laughing at each other in the rain. Made some faces at some people in the park and didn't bother to explain. Fun, look at us run, going nowhere special really fast. But we've yet to taste the icing on the cake that we've been baking with the past. And the next step is love. Step is love. Love will be a place to run to from the world they've willed to you and me. We'll be closer than we've ever been, though looking back it's so hard to believe. Hang it all out, we bring it on in the best we picked up on the way to now. Changes are coming, but together we can make it through somehow. 'Cause the next step is love. Is love. The next step is love. Yes, it's love. Next step is love. Yes, it's love. Next step is
When you're dining out, what are the first things you look for in a restaurant? Of course, good food. Then you want cool, attractive surroundings, friendly atmosphere, moderate prices. Dairy Queen Braziers have all these, plus a warm welcome for the entire family. Visit them and see for yourself. Dairy Queen Braziers are located in Jacksonville at 1001 Main and at 23rd and Broadway in Little Rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Larry Dean from North Little Rock.
KXLR.
something I'm not used to. But I gave up my home to see you satisfied. And I just called to let you know where I'll be living. It's not much, but I feel welcome here inside. And I've got swinging doors, a jukebox, and a bar stool. And my new home has a flashing neon sign. Stop by and see me anytime you want to, 'cause I'm always here at home till closing time. Got everything I need to drive me crazy, and I've got everything it takes to lose my mind. And in here the atmosphere's just right for heartaches, and thanks to you I'm always here till closing time. I've got swinging doors, a jukebox, and a bar stool. And my new home has a flashing neon sign. Stop by and see me anytime you want to, 'cause I'm always here at home till closing time. I'm always here at home till closing time.
1966 hit song by Merle Haggard and the Strangers. It's called Swingin' Doors. All-American Memory Weekend from KXLR Radio, 1150 North Little Rock. 4 minutes past 2 o'clock, and this is Tommy Cash. One song away from being home.
I'm just one song away from being home. I'm one song away from being home. I've got one more verse to do, and if the crowd will let me through, I'm just one song away from being home. Every hotel clerk looks like the last, and most girls are just waiting to be asked. Every town looks the same, and there's no more new names, and the future looks worse than the past. But I'm just one song away from being home. I'm one song away from being home. I've got one more verse to do, and if the crowd will let me through, I'm just one song away from being home. All the words to my songs lose their meaning. All the dressing rooms seem to need cleaning. Every town has different weather, all the days run together, but I have to smile and knock out my routine. But I'm just one song away from being home. I'm one song away from being home. I've got one more verse to do, and if the crowd will let me through, I'm just one song away from being home. I'm just one song away from being home. I'm one song away from being home. I've got one more verse to do, and if the crowd will let me through, I'm just one song away from being home. I'm just one song away from being home.
Tommy Cash, and I'm just one song away from being home. 7 minutes past 2 with 88 degrees in Little Rock and partly cloudy skies.
Kruger Pilsner tastes so different. Kruger Pilsner tastes so light. Nothing's lighter than a Pilsner. Kruger tastes much lighter than, so much lighter than other premium beers. Kruger Pilsner, brewed for lightness. Kruger Pilsner tastes just right. It's the new taste. It's the true taste. Kruger tastes much lighter than, so much lighter than other premium beers.
Pilsner is a rare word on a premium beer. It suggests a different taste, a lighter taste. It's why Kruger Pilsner is the premium beer to test all others against.
Kruger tastes much lighter than, so much lighter than other premium beers.
G. Kruger Brewing Company, Cranston, Rhode Island.
I've waited all winter long. All the autumn leaves have been and gone, my baby. How I've waited for you. Now the summer has come and left. All the melancholy days have passed. You're with me, but how I've waited for you. So won't you hold me tight and share my summer dreams? Out of sight, but you know what I mean. Love, love never ending. There's nothing else I can say. I'd hate to see you run away again, girl. Oh, how I've waited for you. I've waited all winter long. All the autumn leaves have been and gone, my baby. Oh, how I've waited for you. Now the summer has come and left. All the melancholy days have passed. You're with me, but how I've waited for you. So won't you hold me tight and share my summer dreams? Out of sight, but you know what I mean. Love, love never ending. There's nothing else I can say. I'd hate to see you run away again, girl. Oh, how I've waited for you. Again, girl. Oh, how I've waited for you.
That's the new one by Ron Lowry and a KXLR Climber this week's song called Oh How I Waited. 10 minutes right now past 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon memory weekend from KXLR.
All you have to do to like it is try. All you have to do to like it is try. Dr. Pepper, oh, it's so good. Dr. Pepper, oh, it's so good. Dr. Pepper, yeah, the most misunderstood soft drink in America.
Dr. Pepper may be America's most misunderstood soft drink, but not for long.
KXLR 1150, part of the good life.
Some other world has all the sunshine, 'cause there's no sunshine in mine. Out of the darkness came thunder and rain, leaving my dreams all in vain. Some other world, there sleeps my darling, there where the skies are always blue. Why don't they take me out of this world and let me find my sunshine with you? Sunshine with you.
Turn your horses loose, yeah, turn your horses loose. Turn your horses loose.
Now, help unleash the power your engine was built to deliver with Stud, the new, the tough oil treatment from Union Carbide. Stud helps quiet your engine down as it sharpens performance up.
Turn your horses loose, yeah, turn your horses loose. Turn your horses loose.
How good is Stud? This good. If you're not satisfied, Stud exceeds or equals the performance of the best-known oil treatment. Write Union Carbide within 1 year of purchase for your money back. Look for the clear plastic bottle of Stud high-performance oil treatment. Stud from Union Carbide. Try it.
Turn your horses loose, yeah, turn your horses loose.
14 past 2, Sunday afternoon with Larry Dean. Glad to have you along.
Thank you, Detroit. You treated me good, but I've been here longer than I should. I enjoyed the money, but I miss my honey so. One thing's on my mind, it's watermelon time in Georgia. Well, it makes a country boy get down in the mouth when his body's up north, but his heart's down south. I said I'd be back, I'd better make some tracks today. Lottie, I gotta go. It's watermelon time in Georgia. Daddy's sitting in the sun, kids are fishing, having fun. My old coon dogs are wanting to run, and I can't reach my little Georgia peach too soon. One thing's on my mind, it's watermelon time in Georgia. So long, Detroit, so long, friends. If you're ever down in Macon, won't you please stop in and meet the little girl that's always been my whole world. Well, I'm leaving today. It's watermelon time in Georgia.
Yeah, Watermelon Time down in Georgia. And that's Lefty Purcell with a going little song at 16 minutes past 2 on a Sunday afternoon from KXLR. As we check the weather outlook for central Arkansas and the Twin Cities, partly cloudy, warm and humid this afternoon, becoming mostly cloudy tonight and tomorrow. Scattered showers and thunder showers today, tonight, and tomorrow, and a little bit cooler tomorrow. The chance of rain about 30% through tomorrow. High today 93, low tonight 73, high tomorrow 90, right now 89 degrees, Little Rock, partly cloudy skies.
Daddy was an old-time preacher man. He preached the word of God throughout the land. He preached the plain that you could understand. Yes, Daddy was an old-time preacher man.
He told the people of the need to pray. He talked about God's wrath and judgment day. He preached about that great eternity. He preached hell so hot that you could feel the heat.
Daddy was an old-time preacher man. And Leona would get up to testify as we'd sing in the sweet by and by. Then we'd sing, I'm on my way to Canaan's land. Yes, Daddy was an old-time preacher man.
Revivals and camp meetings went for weeks. Folks came from all around to hear him preach. Daddy said if one is saved, it's worth it all. But the aisles were always filled at altar call.
Daddy was an old-time preacher man. He preached the word of God throughout the land. He preached the plain that you could understand. Yes, Daddy was an old-time preacher man. Daddy worked for God but asked no pay. For he believed that God provides a way.
We never had a lot, but we got by.
I guess it's 'cause the Lord was on my daddy's side. Yes, Daddy was an old-time preacher man. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. I'm on my way to Canaan's land. Yes, Daddy was an old-time preacher man. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. I'm on my way to Canaan's land. Yes, Daddy was an old-time preacher man. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. I'm on my way.
It takes two hands to handle a Whopper, the two-fisted burger at Burger King. It takes two hands to handle a Whopper, the two-fisted burger at Burger King.
Little hamburgers, look out. Here comes the Burger King Whopper. The burger so big that one hand just can't hold it.
It takes two hands to handle a Whopper, the burgers are bigger at Burger King.
It's a good life and country music on KXLR.
20 minutes past 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon memory weekend with Larry Dean. Glad you decided to take me along with you today. Partly cloudy, 89 degrees. Glenn Campbell. Glenn Campbell from back about 1968, song called Hey Little One. It's 23 minutes now past 2 o'clock.
You can put yourself in the driver's seat of a giant over-the-road rig and start earning big paychecks, $185 to $250 a week. You can do it with just a few short weeks of training at National Professional Truck Driver Training, a rider school, Atlanta, Georgia. If you are 21 or over, National's expert instructors will train you to handle the giant rigs as easily as you drive the family car. You will receive instruction on the big diesel rigs in the field. National will train you to join the ranks of professional truck drivers who maintain the nation's lifeline. If you are a veteran, the government will pay a major portion of your tuition. After you complete your training, National provides nationwide job placement assistance. In your new career, you'll enjoy big paychecks, job security, and an exciting life. Sound interesting? Of course it does. For local interview, call 376-1493. That's 376-1493, or stop by room 599, Tower Building. That phone number again, 376-1493 in Little Rock.
Wake me up early in the morning. I don't have no time to throw away. Wake me up early in the morning so I can love you every minute of the day. I've been a lot of places and I've done a lot of things. Never saw the woman that I thought could fit my wings. But when I looked into your blue eyes, all my restlessness was gone. And I knew my roving heart had found a home. So, wake me up early in the morning. I don't have no time to throw away. Wake me up early in the morning so I can love you every minute of the day. Make me sad to see the matrimony bound, like a free high-flying eagle that comes crashing to the ground. But when I kissed your sweet lips, I knew what made them fall. Now I'm the biggest grounded eagle of them all. So wake me up early in the morning. I don't have no time to throw away. Wake me up early in the morning so I can love you every minute of the day. So I can love you every minute of the day.
That's the latest happening for Bobby Lord, song called Wake Me Up Early in the Morning. It's 25 and a half minutes past 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. Roy Drusky. All my...
Pushed and I've been shoved. I've been put down by the people I love. I've been hurt and I've been scorned. At times I wish I'd never been born, but all of my hard times soon be over. All
back. I've been in trouble, thrown in jail. I had nobody to go my bail, but all my hard times soon be over. All my hard times soon be over. I've been lost, but now I'm found. There ain't no way to keep a good man down. You came along and took my hand, and now I feel like a newborn man. And all my hard times soon be over. All my hard times soon be over. All my hard times soon be over. All my hard
That's the latest by Roy Drusky, all-new song. It's called All My Hard Times. Partly cloudy and Little White with 89 degrees, looking for a high this afternoon of about 93. Remember, it's Arkansas and San Antonio this evening at 8:30.
I left it off when she left. I said she'd come back again. Don't we all have the right to be wrong now and then? She won't come home, says her love will never be mine again. Don't we all have the right to be wrong now and then? Guess I wasn't so smart after all. I forgot that with love there are two ways to go. She won't come home, says her love will never be mine again. Don't we all have the right to be wrong now and then? I left it off when she left. I said she'd come back again. Don't we all have the right to be wrong now and then?
Roger Miller, don't we all have the right to be wrong now and then?
Hear the roar of the crowd on your Travelers baseball station, KXLR North Little Rock.
Here's the latest worldwide news from the American Entertainment Network. Stan Martin in New York reporting. Reports of a new government crisis in Israel. The full report on all the fast-breaking news right after this.
3 bright ideas for people who haven't stopped smoking yet. 1, put your cigarettes in a different pocket. If you're used to carrying them in your right-hand pocket, put them in your left-hand pocket. If you're used to carrying them in your left-hand pocket, put them in your right-hand pocket. That way, each time you want a cigarette, you'll have to look for it. The idea is to make you at least aware that you're about to smoke. And all that searching gives you time to catch yourself. Bright idea number 2, put your cigarettes out halfway down. That's where the most danger is, where the most tars and nicotine are, because the ones from the front pile up in back. In theory, you're better off smoking the front ends of 2 cigarettes than one whole one all the way down. Bright idea number 3, send for our free booklet. Just write smoking, U.S. Public Health Service, Arlington, Virginia, 22203.
The government of Premier Golda Meir of Israel is said to be facing a new crisis over alleged ceasefire violations by Egypt. An emergency cabinet meeting scheduled for Tuesday has delayed the return to the UN here in New York of Ambassador Yosef Tekoa. Defense Minister Moshe Dayan is said to feel lack of U.S. reaction to Israeli charges puts a credibility gap on U.S. promises. In Tel Aviv, Premier Golda Meir was asked what kind of attitude is necessary by Egypt and Jordan to achieve any success at the peace talks. Mrs. Meir said,